Right, I'm using the weaving facility on the Toyota 901. The weaving facility runs with a punch card, and it's a great way of using up any leftover bitties of yarn. This yarn is actually I'm using two yarns together, some sort of brown thing and this white which has got a slub in it. So they're the yarn that's being used for weaving, and I've got a it's a pure wool. I think these are all pure wools I'm working with, which is being knitted. And the idea of using the pure wools, it's all oddments of bits of yarn, yarns that I've got, and the idea is afterwards I'm going to throw it in the washing machine at a really hot wash to shrink it down, and then I usually make them into like little purses, because they're a nice firm woven fabric then. So the weaving facility on the 901, you always bring out your end needle, and the yarn is not being thread through the yarn feeders on the carriage, but it's caught up on the end of the carriage where there's an indentation for the weaving yarn, and that lays it across the needles. You'll see it better on its return journey. So take the weaving yarn out. Right, so you can see there's an indentation here, and that's where the weaving yarn sits to pull it across the top of the needles, and the yarn that I'm knitting with is in its usual knitting position. So it's a case of bringing the yarn back under the carriage with each pass. Make sure the end needle's out in the D position. And as I bring the carriage back over, the yarn's caught up in the indentation on that side of the carriage, and this yarn knits as normal. And that is the, you can just see the pattern starting to come together there. So once it's done and I've got it off the machine, I shall just keep going till I've got a big length and I've got it off the machine. I'll take some photos of it, and then I'll take some photos of when it's been washed.